Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime back for another highly anticipated Transformers action figure review, and today we're going to be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series 86 Autobot Preceptor. This figure is so hard to find right now, and I sympathize with anyone who can't find him. I picked up mine off HasbroPulse.com, so if anyone wants to see if he's still there, go ahead, but obviously, good luck to anyone trying to find this guy. Starting off the review by taking a look at that packaging right up front here. I like the nice image of Preceptor right there. He's nice and smiling. I like the red, blue, and everything blends together with the rest of everything. Studio Series Preceptor 86, number 11. Transformers Generations, Takara. Transformers the movie here on the side. Got a nice image of Preceptor. Authentic Transformers! And then here on the back of the box, he's got the different product shots and everything of him in his alternate modes and all the cardboard stuff. And here's his face, his mugshot, and it says he's a deluxe class. And that's mostly it for the packaging. And here is oh, wait, hang on. Before I forget. And here is Preceptor's cardboard backdrop, which opens up to more display options. So anyway, that is it for the packaging. And here's the only accessory that comes with Preceptor. He's got this little simple red blaster. It can take some blast effects right there on that tip, so you can make it do some shooting stuff. And as for storage, there's a little hole and gap right on Preceptor's back right there, and you can just plug it in, and that helps fill in the hole, which is an issue I have with the figure. Also, just for this, I'm gonna move this out of the way. This is something you can do. This is on a series of hinge joints. You can move it around. And looking at the head sculpt, I love the silver face. I always appreciate the silver and all the metallic paint that goes into the face, especially those blue metallic eyes, the gold and the crest. And his expression could have been a little bit more expressive. I don't feel like Preceptor was this cold looking, but it's not too bad. And then the chest here, I love that clear window with the Autobot symbol behind it. Kind of reminds me of like Grimlock and other Autobots that kind of have that kind of similar vibe. And then obviously I like a lot of the mechanical detailing and the panel lines. Everything looks precisely molded. He does have the hollow arms, which I wish was fixed, but honestly it's not that big an issue. He does have those little knobs on his arms. The fists look great. Well, I guess this is the best time to talk about the issues. Due to transformation, the leg can kick from side to side like this on this little hinge joint. And you want to know something funny about that? It doesn't even snap in. Why does your figure have this for joints? And they're not even tight either. They're just like really loose. They don't snap in, and it's just everything else is nice and tight and buttery smooth, and then it just makes these stand out that much more. And it's just really annoying when going in to pose this guy and he just wants to break dance or break his leg or breaking something. So anyway, he does have some sculpted in treads right there. We'll get to that when we get to that. And then, again, nice mechanical panel lining and everything, and overall the figure's pretty nice. But again, another issue is I don't like how he's got that big gaping hole in his back. But also, he doesn't really use his gun all that often, and you can just store it right there, and it kind of covers up that gap a little bit. So it's not that big an issue. It's not as big of an issue as the legs. And these just really annoy me so much. But that doesn't make me hate the figure that much, because I still love how this figure came out. As for posability, you saw this earlier. This can hinge up and down. It can also hinge forward and back and hinge out to the side. Preceptor is on a ball joint right here, so his head can swivel side to side, can pivot a little bit, look up and down. Shoulders rotate full 360, move in and out. Got a bicep swivel, 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. Nothing at the wrists unless you snap this little inward transformation joint. And then he's got a waist swivel. Hips can kick forward. They can kick back. They can move. They can move outward that far. Thigh swivel. Bending knees. Actual bend at the knee, which bends way over 90 degrees on a single joint. Very nice. And then he does get an ankle pivot. Very nice. And a slight bend at the toe. So Articulation on Preceptor is really good, but these just stand out so much. And here is Studio Series 86 Preceptor with part of my last review, the Transformers Kingdom mainframe. And here he is with my last review, the Transformers Kingdom Titan class, the Ark. And here he is compared next to the Transformers Blaster. This one's the Kingdom/Legacy Blaster, and these guys look great together. And now let's just get right on into the transformation. Preceptor's transformation, and yeah, the figure looks really nice in this alternate mode. I do like the way how the periscope mode really came out. Does look pretty nice. I mean, it is all, you know, colorized as a cartoon character, but that's just accurate to the 86 movie, which is what this figure sets out to do. And, yeah, just taking a look at some of those up-close details, you can see the Autobot logo, and they got all the little knobs and all the panel lines and everything all accounted for. The gap is filled in by Preceptor's head. But obviously, this is just the robot mode doing just a funny yoga pose. And also, these joints don't snap in this mode, and yeah, those knees are unescapable even in this mode. Ugh, it's irritating how even those joints affect this too. I like the clear piece of plastic too as well. And then you can see right in through there that I'm an idiot. And as for weapon storage, just plugs in right there on the side. That looks dumb. Here is Preceptor with the Teletran 1. And then here is Preceptor with Blaster. I'm too lazy to transform that again. And then, to patent out the length of this video just that little bit more, there is one more transformation we will go over. What those molded treads down there were for. This is Preceptor's tank mode, if that's what you want to call a tank. In all seriousness, it isn't actually that bad. I mean, it is a fun little callback. As for weapon storage, the only place you can store this is right here on the side of that. That doesn't look too shabby, but then again, this whole thing doesn't look too shabby. The only thing that actually gives this mode any indication that it's a different mode is the fact that it has the treads here. If these treads were not here, this would just be some random mode, but this little bit right here with this hole and that peg is the only... That little bit of transformation is specifically for this mode. So this is an official tank from Hasbro. And if this is going to be official, I wish they maybe have thickened this up a little bit just to make it look that little bit more like a tank. But honestly, it's not that big a deal. I mean, he still looks pretty good on my shelf. And that is basically it for my review on the Transformers Studio Series 86 Preceptor. I think the figure is pretty good, and he's definitely lives up to the hype that was built up for him. I just wish that the quality control issues on those joints and everything would just make the figure that much more solid, because that is literally my only complaint. That gap in the back honestly doesn't bug me. I mean, if it really bugs you, you can just use the gun or peg something on his back to cover it up. It's not that big an issue. But the legs, there's no way of getting around that, even in the alternate modes, except for the tank mode. So, as long as he didn't have that, he's fine. Everything's screen accurate, everything feels nice, the plastic's good, the painting's nice, and he scales well with everybody. Like, I have no complaints other than those legs. And that being said, I'd like to give this figure a solid 9 out of 10. So close to perfection. And also, like I said, the gaps in his arms, those don't bug me as much either. It's mostly just those legs that really bug me from really appreciating this figure all the way. But overall, I think you guys should still pick this guy up if you're able to find him. And yeah, thank you all for watching. This has been Briximus Prime. If you guys enjoyed the review, be sure to give me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more Transformers reviews, and be sure to let me know what you guys want to see me review in the future. I'm kind of getting stumped with some of these Transformer reviews because I have some backlogged stuff, but trying to figure out some stuff to do. But anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been Briximus Prime, and I'll catch you guys next time.